This is Hofstra's Campus Conversations, the official podcast of Hofstra University's leadership team, focusing on issues of importance to Hofstra and higher education. Now welcome today's host, Hofstra President Susan Poser.
Hello, and welcome back to Hofstra University's Campus Conversations. I'm excited to be joined today by Dean Janet Lenaghan of the Zarb School of Business to talk about an exciting partnership that she has created between Hofstra and the Cold Spring Harbor Laboratory.
Thank you, Susan. I'm thrilled to be here and to share more about this innovative program.
Now, before we dive in, let's tell our listeners a little about you, and I'll start and then you can finish. I'll first mention that in addition to being Dean of the Frank G. Zarb School of Business, you are also the Walter H. Bud Miller Distinguished Professor in Business and Professor of Management and Entrepreneurship. And you have many leadership accomplishments. Zarb is consistently ranked among the top business schools in the nation, and you have championed innovation, expanded experiential learning opportunities, and led the development of cutting-edge programs that prepare students for success in today's rapidly changing business landscape. You have a very impressive career in business education and leadership. A couple of other things I think worth mentioning. One is that didn't you just have an online MBA program ranked 14th in the country? Am I right about that?
14th in U.S. News and World Reports, but number 9 in the country in Poets and Quants.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to go with the 9. Also, it's worth mentioning that when I arrived at Hofstra, the provost chair was empty, and you served with great distinction as my interim provost for that year, and I will be forever grateful for your hard work and your innovation even during that interim period. So we've known each other now. You were like one of my first friends on campus.
Well, thank you for that.
Anyway, tell me a little more, fill in a little bit about your journey, because you've had other sort of careers along the way, right?
I have. And, I arrived at Hofstra from Wall Street. And I can tell you, in my 35-year career here at Hofstra, I've enjoyed many roles. But the one common thread throughout all of those roles is really our focus on the student experience, and especially how we can ensure that our students are prepared for the workforce of the future. And, this also applies beyond the classroom, as we're committed to partnering with our community to share our resources in support of developing the skills and competencies they need to navigate the changing world of work. And at Zarb, we believe the best business education has to be hands-on, and therefore we offer many experiential learning opportunities for our students to bridge theory to real organizational issues. If you will, we're helping them learn how to apply the science of business to the art of practice. And that's been my mission as Dean of Zarb, and is what makes initiatives like the Bioscience Business Innovation Program so exciting.
That's a very good segue to have you tell us a little bit about the Bioscience Business Innovation Program, which do you call it BBIP?
We do call it BBIP.
Yeah, okay. And so this is in collaboration with Cold Spring Harbor Laboratory. So tell us what this is all about.
This really is a powerful example of Hofstra's commitment to interdisciplinary learning and academic innovation as defined by Hofstra 100, our new strategic plan. At its core, the program teaches scientists the language of business while fostering an entrepreneurial mindset.
So why is this important? I mean, I understand that it's interdisciplinary, but what are we providing to these scientists who come over from Cold Spring Harbor?
This program is important because it's more than just education. It's really about impact. So by bridging the gap between groundbreaking scientific research and business expertise, we are equipping the next generation of innovators with the tools to turn discoveries into successful ventures. And if you think about it that way, this program plays a critical role in strengthening our region's biotech ecosystem, an area that has tremendous potential to attract investment, drive job creation, and also fuel economic growth. It's also important because it really does align with the Zarb School of Business mission to develop agile business leaders by providing experiential learning opportunities that enhance our students' ability to adapt to technological advancements and achieve career success. And by fostering collaboration across discipline, the program reinforces Zarb's commitment to career readiness, preparing the next generation of global leaders.
Wow. So who was involved in the inaugural cohort of this program last fall?
So our inaugural cohort consists of 10 scientists from Cold Spring Harbor Labs, and these are PhD students as well as postdocs. And their research is in fields like biotechnology and biomedicine and bioscience. One example is one of the students in the program has an MD and a PhD, Eva Lynch, and she is actually working on pancreatic cancer research. And this is just one example of the impactful research that these scientists are engaged with every day. And the second half of this program, which is really truly unique, we've not found any such programs like this across the nation, but it actually brings in our MBA students and our law students and our medical students to collaborate with the scientists as they continue to deepen their understanding of business and entrepreneurship.
Using the example you just gave about the scientist who's studying pancreatic cancer, what sort of concrete thing does this person expect to walk away with after the fall term and then this spring term when she or he is going to be interacting with all these other professional students on our campus?
And so we really think the biggest benefit for the participants in this program is that it's going to broaden their impact, right? To understand how to take their research beyond the lab and explore its potential in the business world. Not only are they gaining hands-on experience learning about essential business fundamentals, but we're equipping them with the tools to navigate the entrepreneurial landscape. But I will say this, it's even more than that. It's meant to open doors to new career opportunities for these scientists, helping them see paths beyond traditional academia, while also building critical connections with industry leaders and mentors. The skills they're developing in our program, skills such as communication and leadership, presentation and collaboration, they're essential for success in any field they choose to pursue. So this program, I think, is about transformation. It's giving the scientists confidence, knowledge, and the network they need to succeed.
Yeah, it seems amazing that you could have a PhD in, medical research, but then have this business background to think about how you might translate that into a business or a drug company or something like that. Amazing.
It truly is unique. The other day I was walking by the trading room, and one of the scientists were sitting in the trading room on their own. And I walked in and I said, what are you doing? And she said, this is so exciting. I want to learn more. I'm like, you're curing cancer, but you want to learn more about the trading room. It was phenomenal.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing because they're not even in session right now on our campus, right?
No, they are not.
Came over. Wow. So I think you sort of referred to this before, that the program is structured to be both immersive and practical. Can you break down sort of specifically how it's organized?
Absolutely. So we launched the program, as you said, last fall with an immersive week at the Zarb School of Business. And that's really where we focused on giving the scientists some foundational business knowledge, and they got to work with faculty and industry experts throughout the week. They explored how emerging technologies drive business decisions, and they took full advantage of all the cutting-edge labs and resources we have at the business school. So that example I gave you of them being in the trading room, they learned that. They had their first experience in the trading room. For many of them, had never seen a Bloomberg terminal before that day. They got an opportunity to be in our behavior lab where they work with facial analysis technology and eye tracking software. They were in our core skills lab where they work with virtual reality and artificial intelligence. Truthfully, they really got an opportunity to see and to experience what makes a Zarb education so special. But you know what? The learning didn't stop there. Throughout the winter, our participants continued engaging with our faculty, both in person and asynchronously. As you just mentioned, and of course I'm going to give another plug for our online MBA program being, in the top 10 across the nation. But truthfully, what that represents is the expertise that we have at the Zarb School in delivering top-notch online courses. And so we were able to leverage that expertise to also ensure that our scientists could continue their learning while still being able to manage the demanding work that they do in the lab. The second phase of the program, which the scientists are engaged in now, they've now been partnered, and we've created teams of scientists, MBA students, and law students to develop business plans. So essentially, we're guiding them through every stage from ideation to pitch. And of course, a critical component of commercialization is understanding the market. And so given the biomedical focus of our scientists, we also incorporated our medical students and our residents and our fellows as potential customers. And so their insights are helping our scientists and our MBA students and our law students refine the ventures that they are developing. While at the same time, the doctors are gaining valuable exposure to the business side of medicine, while also staying informed of cutting-edge research that's occurring in the lab. And so this program is really more than just an academic exercise. It is a real-world simulation of what it takes to bring a scientific breakthrough to market. It highlights the interdisciplinary collaboration essential for success in the biotech space, bringing together scientists, business leaders, lawyers, and medical professionals, much like what happens every day in organizations.
Wow, that must be just an amazing experience for these students. So you must also be emphasizing things like leadership and team building. And what else? What other kinds of sort of specific topics are taught in the classes?
Well, you're absolutely right. It really does cover a wide array of business topics, but of course we're focusing in on those key aspects of business strategy and finance and leadership that are so critically necessary to be able to succeed in the startup space, but also having them think about the regulatory and ethical considerations as well in the biotech industry. They're learning how to navigate market dynamics. They're learning how to navigate fundraising. And overall, just gaining a deeper understanding of the commercialization process. Again, how do they go from lab to market?
Yeah, just amazing. So do you ever, like, if you sit back and think about, what does this mean for Hofstra moving forward? You've made it very clear this is a wonderful program for Zarb and for these particular students. Do you ever think about a sort of a larger impact this might have on Hofstra?
Absolutely. And I think this program really helps support Hofstra's position as a leader in interdisciplinary education. It demonstrates our ability to connect science, business, law, and medicine, really important professional schools here on our campus, in meaningful ways. And I think by building on this model, we can hope to create other partnerships around bioscience business education, further solidifying the university's reputation as a hub for innovation and real-world impact.
So, I know you've only done one of the 2 weeks on campus. The other one's coming up, right?
Yes.
In a couple of weeks. Have you thought about, how you would run this the next time? Is there any changes, or are you expecting growth? How are you thinking about the next time?
We are constantly thinking about the next time. And as a school that's committed to continuous improvement, we have been surveying our participants. We've been surveying the industry leaders that have been a part of it, asking them for feedback about how to continue to improve this program, because we're excited. We think this program is so unique and so innovative that we have an opportunity to scale it and really forge new partnerships across the biotech sector and deepen our industry connections in that space.
Well, Janet, this is such an exciting initiative. Thank you for joining me today and sharing more about BBIP.
Thank you, Susan. As you know, I'm always so excited to talk about the different initiatives that we're doing here on campus. This one in particular, I think, has a bright future.
Yes, I agree. And thanks to our audience for listening to another Campus Conversation. We'll see you the next time. Thank you.
If you have questions, comments, or topic ideas for Hofstra's Campus Conversations, please email podcast@hofstra.edu. Hofstra University has produced and provides this podcast for general information only. It is created in collaboration with WRHU Studios.